Well, folks, more legal trouble is erupting for Donald Trump, this time out of the state of Georgia with the ongoing Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis's investigation. We learned at the end of last week that Fannie Willis's investigation now extends beyond the borders of the state of Georgia and now encapsulates Washington, D.C., Arizona, Nevada, and possibly even some states in the Midwest. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, but wait a minute, Fannie Willis, you're the district attorney for a small county in the state of Georgia. It's actually not that small. Why do you have jurisdiction over what happened in these other states? And that's a valid question. But it turns out that the way that Georgia's racketeering laws are written actually does give people like Fannie Willis the authority when investigating a potential crime to reach beyond their own state borders to determine if crimes committed in other states were used as part of the commission or attempt to commit a crime in the state of Georgia. So yes, what we're seeing with the expansion of this investigation is, according to legal experts, and of course it seems pretty obvious, that Fannie Willis is going after Trump for racketeering. So here's what's happening with the expansion. She has issued subpoenas to one of the two companies and requested information from the other one, the two companies that Donald Trump hired to go out there and find the fraud. And of course, paid him a couple $1 million. They came back and they were like, hey, we can't find any of the stuff you told us to find. So of course, the Trump campaign buried those two reports because they contradict everything Trump had said about what happened in the election. We only recently, by the way, found out about those reports, but Fannie Willis decided, whoa, hold up. This is not just a news story to, pop up and disappear. This is important. So she's gotten information from one of these two companies, subpoenaed the other one, and now she's looking at Trump's attempts to overturn the election in other areas of the country. And as I said, let me read this. This is from Morgan Cloud, a law professor at Emory University in Atlanta. She's also an expert in RICO law. She says, quote, "The Georgia statute is broadly written to allow the inclusion of violations of federal law as well as some other states' laws. For example, acts to obstruct justice committed in Arizona might be relevant if the goal of the enterprise, or the racketeering activity, was to overturn the 2020 presidential election nationally as well as in Georgia." So, to apply it to this particular case, if Donald Trump's obstruction of the election in, say, Arizona was part of his effort to overturn it in Georgia, right? Like if he was like, hey, if we can get Arizona overturned, we can then take that to Georgia and be like, look, Arizona did it, now you have to do it, then that would fall under Fannie Willis's jurisdiction under Georgia racketeering laws. So that is why she is able to start looking at what Trump did in these other states. And she wouldn't be able to do that if she didn't already have probable cause. So she has already been looking into the whole racketeering thing. Like we know for a fact, I think we talked about this about a year ago, that as part of her legal team, she brought in multiple legal experts who specialized in prosecuting racketeering cases. So from the very beginning, racketeering has been the number one thing that I think she's been wanting to find. And based on this expansion, it appears that she has likely found it. She wouldn't be digging in these other states if she didn't have reason to believe she was going to find buried treasure. And that is exactly where we're at right now. Now, Willis has made it clear charges or indictments, I guess, would be coming, probably at the end of summer. She says maybe as early as August. September is more likely. So folks, we are months away. But I think when all is said and done, when the dust settles in the state of Georgia, Trump's going to be hit with much bigger charges than we had originally anticipated. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel. We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.